Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a video today on curriculum choices for 7th grade and what I think we are going to do. I don't have any of these physical books with me right now. I haven't ordered them yet, but I think I have narrowed down what we are going to do. If you watched my 6th grade curriculum video, that's what we are currently using. As we kind of progress and get higher up into our grades, I think things are going to change a little bit. What we have done for 6th grade has worked this year, but in kind of taking some time and thinking about math specifically, but the different choices that we have as we head on into the higher grades, things are going to change a little bit. So I wanted to go over, like I said, hopefully you can hear my kids in the background again, what we are going to be using for 7th grade. So if you are new to homeschooling, or, you know, you're just curious about it and kind of want to know more about homeschooling, this is the time where most people start to think about what they're going to do for the following year, or the upcoming school year. So I try and get an idea around this time of what I want to do. Obviously, before I order it, make sure it's what I want. These are things that are not set in stone. Obviously, if I come across something before I order that kind of piques my interest more than what I have written down, then obviously I will look into that further. But for now, this is what I think we are going to be doing for 7th grade. So first things first, history/social studies. So we have had some difficulty with this last year as far as what we were using. If you look back at my other video, we were starting to use the Good and the Beautiful family style learning. And it was okay, but I don't know if I really, we started it and we didn't go very far with it. I don't know. I don't know what the real issue was. I don't know if just the family style and the gap between my kids made it a little bit more difficult, as where my older kid could understand more because he had kind of learned about that stuff previously, versus my 3rd grader who, you know, was just kind of getting into the start of these topics. We are in Texas, so this year for 4th grade, my second oldest would be doing Texas history, and it's also what my incoming 7th grader would be doing this coming year. So I'm going to kind of use that to my advantage. For 7th grade though, I am going to give him the physical copy of what they would be using in school. And I'm going to link all of the books down below so that you can click on it and see exactly what it looks like. But I literally pulled the ISB number off of the website, the district website, and that is how I'm getting these books. I think that it is easier for my oldest to sit and read himself. He comprehends a little bit better that way. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the Texas history textbook, and all the information will be down there as far as what the exact title is, the edition, year, whatever, that they are using in public school. It worked for him in 4th grade. So I think that's what we're going to keep on doing. 4th grade was his first year in as homeschool. A friend of mine, I will link her channel below, Making Everyday Magic. So she has a ton of homeschool videos, and she brought this to my attention. And so I looked into it. Never heard of it before, but I'm going to do this for my 3rd grader, but use this to also kind of supplement and kind of teach together, but for Texas history. But I'm going to have him have his textbook as a separate thing. So his textbook will be the main social studies curriculum, history curriculum, and then we will just kind of sprinkle this in because we will be doing this with my 3rd grader. This does not go up to 7th grade, but it is called Studies Weekly. So studiesweekly.com. I will also link that. And it's like little articles, like little kind of like magazine style articles that I think would get my 3rd graders' attention a little bit better than a regular textbook. And so I'm going to just kind of sprinkle this in to where they can learn together, but he also has his separate book because he obviously is a higher grade and I want him to get more out of it. So for him, I will be doing the actual textbook and then sprinkle in these little articles that we can kind of read together. So it's kind of part family style history, but also individual work as well. So that's what we'll be doing for history. That same friend of mine, Shauna, over at Making Everyday Magic, brought Matthew C to my attention. So we will be going into pre-algebra this coming year. We have used the Go Math for 6th grade, which is what also he would have been doing in public school. And we have liked that a lot. But I feel like going further, because we're going to be going specifically into pre-algebra, algebra, geometry, so forth. I would like something that's a little bit less hands-on for me to where somebody else explains it a little bit better, possibly, depending on the topic, obviously. Pre-algebra, okay, but I want to have something that he can watch as well. So looking into that curriculum, I think that is what we're going to be trying to go for this coming year for 7th grade and see how that works for him. I think that's going to be a little bit better and will help him to understand things a little bit better. And it has more material that I can work with and a little bit more kind of a backup, I guess, if I have questions about something as well. So Matthew C, we are going to try that and see how that works for 7th grade. The Good and the Beautiful Language Arts. So 7th grade is, I believe they do book studies after 7th grade. I'm going to reevaluate next year for 8th grade, next year. But this year they still have the 7th grade Good and the Beautiful Language Arts. So I'm going to keep with that. He likes that. He does well with that. So we're not going to fix it if it's not broken. So I'm going to stick with that. Handwriting the same. So handwriting will also be the Good and the Beautiful. And he's done well with that too, with the 6th grade level. This is the first year that we used that, and I really like it. So we will also stick with the Good and the Beautiful handwriting. Wordly Wise vocabulary. We started that this year and for 6th grade. And so 7th grade, we're going to keep on doing it. He does really well with that. I have really liked that curriculum and I feel like he has learned a lot from it. So we are going to keep with that as well. Science, like I mentioned in my 6th grade video, I'm going to try and link that if I can. The unit studies we tried to do with the Good and the Beautiful, I might use their examples of unit studies, and I felt like they were kind of simple for my older kid, not necessarily my 3rd grader, but my 6th grader. Even though he enjoyed it, I feel like it wasn't a huge push for him. And he really likes science. The science that he would be using in school this year would be just a general science textbook. So I want to focus more on what they really enjoy. So I wanted to kind of still, while I have the chance, before we get into like biology and things like that, I wanted to be able to do the unit studies and have him included in that. But I just might pull from different sources. So I probably will use the Good and the Beautiful as an example as far as topics and kind of go off of that, but I'm not going to strictly use them. So I will do another video when I decide how I'm going to exactly put all that together. But I do plan on doing the unit studies and so that we can all do it together. They all like the experiments and things like that. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm just not sure what avenue I'm taking as far as you know, where I'm piecing, you'll hear my kiddo, piecing it together. So more on that to come, but that is what we will be doing, unit studies for science. And then finally, health. I think that's kind of important. So I'm going to go ahead and use, I'll link that down below, also the teen health book. I haven't looked through it, so I don't know how well I like it. I don't think it's too expensive, so if it's something you know, if I don't like it, I can just return it. But I believe they're doing the second course level to this, and it looks like maybe it could be a semester's worth. So I believe there's 3 levels. My kiddo's in the pack and play right there. I believe there's 3 levels from what I've seen. So I'm going to start with the course 1 and see how that goes. I just think it's important for them to learn that. Obviously, they would be doing that in school, regular school as well. So in public school. So I want to start him on that. I'm going to see how I like it, and hopefully keep going with that. I think it's something that he needs to learn, obviously. So that's what we're going to do as of right now for 7th grade. As I get these in, I will do a kind of a flip through for anybody that is interested to see if that would work for you all as well. Texas history is a very hard subject to find information on as a curriculum standpoint. So, you know, there are tons of resources if you want to piece it all together yourself. And I'm really not looking to do that for history. It's very slim pickings as far as what's out there curriculum wise. So I felt like this was a good choice to just go with what we know, and hopefully it'll work out. I will also be doing, once I pick the unit studies, I will, as I do them, I'll probably do a video as a whole on what I decide, subjects I decide to do throughout the year. As I prepare for them, I will do a separate video for each one to show you where I got all the information from. And that is it. I think, you know, we will sprinkle little things in, you know, art. I do still have an art lesson, like a book. I'm not positive who actually makes it. I need to look back, that I bought for this year, and we just didn't do it. That and typing. So like elective things that are not every day. I might do a video on that as well, as far as like the extras that I decide to do for them, because usually we will do that as like family style. So I will let you guys know if anything changes. And like I said, as I get these in, as I order, I don't like to order everything at one time for all the kids. Like I order them like piece by piece. So I will do a flip through. So if anybody is interested, especially for Texas history, because I feel like that's super hard to find something for, I will do that as well. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions or if you have any other recommendations, and I will link everything down below for you guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.